On today's episode of DAPA.DANIEL, is it Miramonte or Miramonte? You know, if you are looking for price points below $400,000, these neighborhoods that I go through next are going to be like within those ranges. Also, maybe you've noticed the trees. So like, that's a freaking tree right there. And we're also getting close to, like, if you're going to be living in this area, it's going to be really nice because you're still going to be by the Stonebriar Mall as well. So just keep that in mind. Your neighborhood's so old, you got leaves all over the street. So that makes sense. Well, guys, I've been trying to figure out the intros. If you have been watching my videos over the past few months, I gotta change up the intro where I do like, hey, on this episode of DAPA.DANIEL, I would like, you know, put you guys in like different spots and like find you guys and like, you know, intro the video that way. But that's come to the point now where like I just can't be creative enough. I'll be editing these videos and I'll get to the end, I'll have the video done and edited, and then I'll be like, how am I introing this? What do I gotta put the phone in to like get this going and say on this episode of DAPA.DANIEL? And I don't know, it just got to the point where I was like, all right, I'm spending more time trying to figure out where to put the phone and do this intro than I am actually like taking to edit the actual videos. I'm just like running around my apartment just like trying to put the phone in different spots to see what works. So I think I'm just gonna keep it really simple and just give you guys the simple, like in the car on this episode of DAPA.DANIEL. I don't know, I just thought that would be fun to talk about on the beginning of this video. Anyways, we're doing our part 7 today over off PGA Parkway going down Hillcrest. So to actually get to like the beginning of Hillcrest, we gotta take PGA Parkway, but I wanted to drive through this area first, which is, you had to take the Dorado exit, but right here is where they're like gonna be expanding and doing a lot of stuff because the fields of Frisco on this right, you can see the big sign fields and all this stuff to the right. I've said this a couple times in my video, but all this stuff on the right, you see all these fields here? Gonna be gone with a huge development. So right now they're like fixing the tollway. Oh yeah, we get to see the diggers in action. What are these called? What are these construction things called? Like dig things? Diggers? They're digging up the ground basically. But this is gonna take us to PGA Parkway and we'll go over this bridge and then that'll take us to Hillcrest. So this is just gonna be like up from 380. That's essentially where we're just like, you know, we're just like a block away from 380. We're just starting on the other side because Hillcrest doesn't actually run up to 380. There's actually a neighborhood kind of above that's Dove Creek, which I'll talk about that here in a little bit. But what you're seeing in front of you is basically the tollway that's gonna be going over 380 here soon. I mean, I'm up here in this area a ton just because of like the houses and me working with families. And I'm waiting for the day I drive through the tollway and I can actually get up 380. Like it's super close. You can see the road. It looks like it's built, but I think it's the other side where like the exits are and those things. Because they have the bridge over. But I hope you guys are having a good day, whatever time of day that you're watching this. It's currently Thursday at 11 o'clock and it is like 39 degrees outside. It might be 40. Basically, it's pullover weather. Alright, so this is PGA Parkway now that we're on. And then we'll be on Hillcrest soon. So, kind of over to the left. And I'm going to talk about the top here. And then we'll work our way down, all the way down to Sam Rayburn 121. That's kind of how far Hillcrest goes, actually. They have some, like, industrial stuff along here. Does anyone go to the gas station? Anybody own a car for, like, 10 years and still go to the gas station and look down at what side the gas tank is on? I still be messing that up. Alright, this is Preston. So we went Dallas Parkway, turned right on PGA. Going over Preston now, and then we'll be on Hillcrest soon. Looks like this lady over in the Lexus is either out of gas or she's just not parked in the right area. All right, so let me talk about Dove Creek first, since we're not actually going to get to that neighborhood. That's a new construction neighborhood. I'll be doing a neighborhood tour on that soon. I was just waiting for a little bit more houses to be built in there, which it's kind of at that point now. Sometimes I do some neighborhood tours where there's no houses, and I try to get right at the beginning, but not so much at the beginning that there's not any houses when it comes to like the new construction communities. But over in Dove Creek, that's going to be an HOA of $900 annually. They have an active 4-bed, 3.5 bath, 3,311 square feet, 2022 build, listed at $729,000 at $220 per square foot. So along Hillcrest, this road right now, it's kind of not PGA Parkway or anything, but along here, we just passed Preston Hills, and then this is the hills at Crown Ridge. So that community on the right kind of goes and settles in with like Crown Ridge in that area. And then Hillcrest should be just popping out here. But yeah, this is like the one lane because this is Frisco area, but the Dove Creek, that neighborhood is actually going to go to Prosper, so Rock Hill High School for that one. The rest of these neighborhoods that I'm going to talk about though are going to be going to Frisco schools, but kind of on this like really north side. Some of these places that are Frisco in the city are actually zoned for like a Prosper school. Alright, and so this will lead us into Miramonte. Is it Miramonte or Miramonte? We're gonna go with Miramonte because it just sounds fancier. But let me go around this one real quick and first neighborhood that we're popping into. So yeah, you had that Dove Creek, and then right below there is Miramonte. This one is gonna have an HOA of $900 annually. They have an active 5-bed, 4-bath, 3,916 square feet. 2016 was listed at $845,000. It's dropped to $799,000 at $204 per square foot. And then on the back side of them, if you can kind of see over these houses, there's a new construction neighborhood within there. I don't know, maybe you guys can see it. All right, you guys can see it. All right, so that's the new construction neighborhood over there. That's actually Collinsbrook's farm. Collinsbrook Farms farm. Somewhere in there, there's a S. And the HOA within there is $750 annually. They have an active 5-bed, 4-bath, 4,209 square feet, 2022 build, listed at $930,000 at $221 per square foot. That one over there has First Texas Homes in it. Is that our new construction? And then this one, I believe, is zoned as well to, oh, that's a wide turn there, Daniel. I was confused. They have a street on the other side. I was confused. This one is Hayes Middle School. So we'll start getting into like the Frisco ISD areas here soon. There's also Creekside at Preston. I talked about that one. That one's going to be running along to the right here. I'm not going to go into that one. If you guys want to see that, then I think I went through Creekside at Preston the last one, my last video. Alright, so they have like an amenity center as well up there. Might do a neighborhood tour through there as well. Wow, this is all built out now. Or almost. I guess they have that one street that they're still working on. And then towards the front of that neighborhood, they have some dental commercial things and not really any shopping centers. All right, Ford, let's do it. The shopping centers are more along Preston or 380. Now, if you're gonna live at Dove Creek, that first neighborhood I was talking about, that one is gonna be close to the gates of Prosper. All right, Creekside at Preston on the right side, and then you got Panther Creek Estates on this left side. So I'll go down a little bit further because Panther Creek Estates actually is pretty large, so it kind of runs down this whole thing down to El Dorado, so I'll get more towards the front of it. And then you got the Dominion at Panther Creek on the right side. I talked a little bit about that neighborhood. and my Preston road tour. Alright, this is Panther Creek Estates. Go through here real quick. They have like some like little lake, not big lake, but maybe like some little pond areas, and then they also have this park here. Really big neighborhood. It's kind of along El Dorado, some parts of it, and that's that road that can take you around to a good amount of places, and a lot of like shopping and restaurants and those things are out there. All right, actually, let me go back this other way because I need to get back on Hillcrest. All right, and then for these neighborhoods up here, it's gonna be like more new stuff. So like now we're starting to like get into the older things. So this is like early 2000s in here. Panther Creek Estates, and their HOA is gonna be $230 semi-annually. They have an active 5-bed. Oh, that was the way out actually. They have an active 5-bed, 3.5 bath, 3,525 square feet, 2006 build. Was listed at $719,000. It's dropped to $695,000 at $197 per square foot. So yeah, you're gonna have some houses up at this north area of Hillcrest that are like really new, 2022 builds, 2020 builds. Now coming out of the neighborhood, we're on to El Dorado. And what you're seeing in front of us is Brinkman Ranch, which if you live around the Coit area, Preston area, Main Street area, probably driving by this huge piece of land a lot. This was still is the biggest ranch over in Frisco, but slowly the family or whoever is selling off parts of the land to developments and things like that. But it is a ginormous piece of land, and we're gonna pass by it, but Hillcrest stops here and then it picks back up on the other side, so we'll kind of just do like around Coit Road. I'll be doing a driving tour on Coit Road, so I'm not gonna really talk about any of the we don't really pass any. There's just like one neighborhood really that is along Coit Road on this side. You can kind of see a bit of it over to that right. But we're back on El Dorado now. On the left side, it's still Panther Creek Estates. Lexington is that neighborhood that's getting built that we're gonna pass by. So I have done a neighborhood tour on that, but they have a new development coming in. They have stuff in there from like 500 to $1 million. But when I do the Coit Road, I'll get into more details about a little bit about that neighborhood. But if you do want to see a tour on that, it is on my Frisco playlist. Park Vista is also this other neighborhood here. I've done a tour on that. I've kind of talked about this neighborhood too. It has some townhomes in it as well. All right, now we're on Coit. So I was saying earlier, the beginning of this video, the houses were like, starting at like 2022, and then kind of dropped down to like mid, like 2020, down to like 2016s. Then we got down to Panther Creek's like 2006s. Around this area, it's a little bit more new. And then once I get back on Hillcrest, it's gonna get really old. So we're gonna be going through neighborhoods that are like 1980s, 1990s, the older part of Frisco off Main Street in Preston. More shopping centers and those things are around there. So, if you are looking for price points below $400,000, these neighborhoods that I go through next are going to be like within those ranges. I try to pull some at different specs just to give you guys a better idea. But yeah, we're passing by Lexington, and there's some pretty good builders within there. Just over to the left, a little ways down, is the Grove, like not even a mile. So that's another huge master plan community with tons of amenities, and is that a Chipotle? And some townhomes in it. All right. So yeah, I think maybe you guys can kind of understand just the scale of how big this ranch is over here to the right. But this ranch goes all the way out to Preston from Coit, and then all the way up to El Dorado up there. Alright, so now we'll be coming up on Hillcrest. So there's a bunch of little subdivisions in here, and each one is like, you know, there's like 200, 300 homes, you know, per section. So I'm not going to get to all of them within here, but just understand, I mean, the houses are going to look really all the same. So I'll talk about a good amount of neighborhoods, but they're all going to be kind of like these older, smaller floor plans, older look, where it's just like flat brick. And then there'll be some more new neighborhoods once we get to like the end of down here. But for example, Preston Lakes neighborhood in here, it's going to have an HOA of $291 annually. They have an active 5-bed, 3.5 bath, 2,815 square feet, a 1994 build. Was listed at $535,000. It's dropped to $520,000 at $184 per square foot. And then there's, actually let's go right here. And then there's Preston Oaks, which is what we're in through right now, which some of these neighborhoods are going to have an HOA, some of them aren't. If they do have an HOA, it's going to be like $400 annually. Most of them are not going to have an HOA, or at least when I was looking on the MLS and trying to pull some stuff for some homes, not going to have an HOA on here. But this neighborhood, it's going to have an active 4-bed, 2-bath, 2,111 square feet, 1994 build, listed at $469,000 at $222 per square foot. And then on these neighborhoods as well, if you notice on the new ones, the garages are at the fronts, and then the neighbors are like backed up to each other. These older neighborhoods, they're all going to have like alleyways and have like a little bit more spacing. Also, maybe you've noticed the trees. So like that's a freaking tree right there. All right, we're back on Hillcrest. And this is a quiet area, like from here back down to Stonebrook. In this area, it's pretty, I mean, there's just a bunch of residential stuff. There's not like, the shopping and everything's on the outside, but there is a good bit in here. That's just a whole bunch of different subdivisions and neighborhoods. It's not a whole one big master plan community. There's like separate neighborhoods all throughout here. Next one is going to be Preston Ridge. That's going to have an HOA of nothing, so no HOA in there. And then they have an active 3-bed, 2.5 bath, 1,462 square feet, 1992 build, was listed at $440,000, dropped to $390,000 at $226 per square foot. Let me go back around here. Preston Vineyards was another one along here. So here's Preston Vineyards. So still same type of look as the neighborhood we just went through. So they have like a little pool area, not really an amenity center, but a little pool. And then within here, they're going to have an active 3-bed, 2-bath, 2,222 square feet, 1995. Was listed at $525,000. It's dropped to $465,000 at $209 per square foot. Well, they've got a brown tiled, that's a weird brown roof. Haven't seen that before. Might need to get that checked. And then across the street is going to be the Fairfield Estates. That one is going to have an HOA of $130 quarterly. And currently right now they don't have anything active. And now going back out of the neighborhood, there's going to be some more commercial things. We're going over Rollator right now. So you're going to have like barber shops, dentist office, some food, and then just a little bit further down is where Preston is, so not even a light away. And then Shawnee Trail Elementary School is on this right side. And this is also where Collin College is. So we're still passing like through some of the Preston Vineyards. And they have this park area, and then behind there is actually where Collin College is. So Collin College is along Ohio. It splits off. And then like the main Frisco ISD building is also down there as well. So yeah, this is College Parkway. So the main one of the main Collin campuses is over here. It's actually where I went to Collin for. So I did one semester at OU. That didn't work out for my wallet too well. Then I went came back home, went to Collin for 1.5 years until I got my associates, and then I transferred into UTD. Which that's the way easier way, because it's not easy getting into UTD, or at least that's the word on the street. And so I kind of did it the back way, where I just built up the credits and had the GPA, and I just easily transferred in. But yeah, Collin College along there, and then over to the left is going to be Plantation Resort. They're going to have an HOA of $185 semi-annually. They have an active 5-bed, 3.5 bath, 3,468 square feet, 1993 build. Was listed at $750,000. It's dropped to $725,000 at $209 per square foot. So that's the neighborhood on the left. Tuscany is on the right. I didn't pull anything for that one. So, like I said, there's still probably about like 15 other neighborhoods that I could go into and talk about with all these like little subdivisions. But for right now, in the sake of this video, we're already at like, I didn't think this video was really going to take that long. I think I'm starting to see a little bit of 121, so should be done here soon. We're also getting close to, like, if you're going to be living in this area, it's going to be really nice because you're still going to be by the Stonebriar Mall as well. So just keep that in mind. We're still along Preston. It's right over to the right, and we're not even 10 minutes away from where the Stonebriar Mall is. We're coming up on Lebanon now. And these roads, Lebanon, Stonebrook, what's another one? Those might be two. But these will actually take you out to the lake, all the way out to there, where Lake Louisville is, like over where Little Elm and those areas are. All right, now we're coming up on Hillcrest Meadows. Everyone wants to get in my... Dude, it's like people just don't let you over nowadays. It's just... people don't let you over. All right, Hillcrest Meadows. So still the same type of look within these neighborhoods. But for example, this one, Hillcrest Meadows, is going to have an HOA of $300 annually. They're going to have an active 4-bed, 2-bath, 2,792 square feet, 1999 build, listed at $530,000 at $189 per square foot. Your neighborhood's so old, you got leaves all over the street. Most of these other neighborhoods don't have any leaves because the trees are not really non-existent. And then we'll be down to our last two neighborhoods here. So really along Hillcrest, not going to really have like any of the grocery shopping. That's all going to be like on those main roads like El Dorado Preston. Now you still are on like the east side of Frisco, so if you know, maybe if you're not working in Frisco, if you're having to work in some other areas like Allen or McKinney or Plano, because Plano's just right across 121 as well as McKinney. And you're not too far away. Like the closer we get, right here, like probably not even 4 minutes away from the tollway. All right, is that a zebra from here? Guys, I think I see a zebra from this far. I'm not sure. I think I see a zebra. I think I see a zebra. Is that a zebra? We're on the hunt for a zebra right now. The last two neighborhoods I'm going to talk about, you got Hillcrest Estates. They have an HOA of $485 annually. Now we're along State Highway 121, and just a quick update on the zebra. It was a BR zebra. So we were close. So that's kind of the distance. So, you know, if I was just to take like from the beginning of Hillcrest and not stop through any neighborhoods, that'd probably take me like 15 minutes to like get through those streets. Those aren't really busy streets. Hillcrest is not a busy road like how Preston is, how some of these El Dorado. It's a pretty quiet road. So if you're wanting to live off something a little bit more quiet, Hillcrest might be a good option. And then within here is going to be KB Homes, the retreat at Stonebriar. So if we just went straight just a little bit longer, that would take us to the mall area, Stonebriar Mall. And then on this back side in here, actually I'll show you guys. So they have these apartment complexes. Now this would be a good area if you're thinking about maybe you're sitting on the market for a bit and you need to move into an apartment area. These are really good apartments along here because you're just close to a lot of areas, and not too difficult to like get out to, like, you know, plenty of shop. I mean, there's a Lowe's right there. There's all types of stuff. So super close. And then on this back side is the retreat at Stonebriar. So within there, they're gonna have an HOA of $975 annually. They have a new construction from KB Homes, an active 5-bed, 4-bath, 3,381 square feet, 2022 build. It at $875,000 at $259 per square foot, and that's where this one is. So I think this in here is a nice little neighborhood. Buy a whole bunch of stuff. It is priced almost at like $1 million, but guys, keep in mind it's just because of the location to everything. I mean, you're right off Dallas North Tollway and 121, so that's a huge selling point. Thank you guys so much for watching the Hillcrest driving tour video. Let me know if you want any other information over some of the neighborhoods over in Frisco. If you're looking for a house right now, or maybe you're looking in a year or 2 years, if you just want to know more things, please contact me. I got all my information down below. I am a realtor, would love to help you guys out. Other than that, peace out, y'all, and take it easy as always. Thanks for checking out my channel and watching that video. I got more videos floating around here. If you're in the market to buy or sell real estate in the DFW area, contact me, Daniel, at the Home Expert Team. I will be happy to answer any of your questions. Besides that, bye.